Beloved one, focus is not force. It is not pressure. True focus is a loving decision to place your attention on what nourishes your soul. When your mind is calm and your heart is aligned, your energy gathers naturally. In this space, distractions fall away, doubts soften, and you begin to feel something powerful rising within you. That feeling is your natural state, clear, centered, and unstoppable. Today, let us gently return to that state. Focus begins the moment you choose to love yourself without conditions. When self-love is present, your energy stops scattering outward in search of approval, validation, or reassurance. You no longer feel the need to explain yourself, prove your worth, or constantly compare your journey to others. Instead, your attention naturally returns inward, where clarity lives. Self-love creates a sense of inner safety. And when you feel safe within yourself, your mind can rest. From this rested place, focus becomes effortless rather than forced. When you truly love yourself, you start respecting your energy. You notice what drains you and what nourishes you, and you make choices that protect your peace. You stop saying yes out of guilt and stop overextending to earn love. Each boundary you set is an act of self-respect. And each act of self-respect strengthens your focus. Your mind is no longer pulled in 10 directions because you have decided that your well-being matters. As distractions fall away, your attention becomes clearer, stronger, and more stable. Self-love also softens inner criticism. The harsh inner voice that once rushed you, judged you, or told you that you were not enough begins to quiet. In its place, a gentler voice emerges, one that encourages instead of punishes. This shift is powerful because self-judgment fragments focus. When you are constantly criticizing yourself, your mind is split between the present moment and the story of what is wrong with you. But when compassion replaces criticism, your awareness comes fully into the now. You become present, and presence is the foundation of deep focus. As self-love grows, patience grows with it. You stop demanding instant results and begin honoring your natural rhythm. You understand that growth is not a race, and this understanding allows your mind to relax. A relaxed mind does not wander as much because it is not being pushed. It feels supported. From this place of patience, you can give your full attention to what you are doing without resistance. Focus becomes a loving relationship with the moment rather than a battle against distraction. Loving yourself also means trusting yourself. You begin to believe that your desires are valid and your intuition is wise. This trust eliminates confusion. When you are no longer doubting every step, your energy moves in one direction. Indecision fades and clarity takes its place. You stop asking everyone else what you should do and start listening inward. This inner alignment strengthens focus because your thoughts, emotions, and actions are no longer in conflict. They work together in harmony. Self-love invites forgiveness, especially toward yourself. As you release past mistakes and regrets, mental weight lifts. Carrying guilt and shame consumes attention and weakens concentration. When you forgive yourself, you reclaim the energy that was tied to the past. That reclaimed energy becomes available in the present moment where focus lives. You realize that you do not need to be perfect to be powerful. You only need to be kind to yourself and willing to continue. When you love yourself, you naturally prioritize what truly matters. You stop filling your time with noise, unnecessary obligations, and emotional chaos. Simplicity enters your life, and with simplicity comes clarity. Your mind becomes less crowded, and your focus deepens. You begin to feel grounded, centered, and capable. There is a quiet confidence that grows within you, not because you are doing more, but because you are honoring yourself more. Over time, this practice of self-love creates an unshakable inner foundation. Focus no longer feels fragile or dependent on external circumstances. It becomes steady because it is rooted in self-respect. You move through your days with intention rather than reaction. You feel calm, directed, and empowered. In loving yourself, you gather your energy back home, and from that place of wholeness, focus flows naturally and powerfully through everything you do. A calm mind is a powerful mind because it is not pulled apart by fear, urgency, or noise. When the mind is calm, it is no longer reacting to everything around it. It becomes steady, observant, and clear. Calmness does not mean doing nothing or lacking ambition. It means your thoughts are no longer racing in 10 directions at once. In this state, your energy gathers instead of scattering, and that gathering is where true power begins. When the mind is overstimulated, it mistakes movement for progress. Thoughts rush, worries multiply, and decisions feel heavy. But when you allow yourself to slow down, something beautiful happens. The unnecessary thoughts fall away, and only what truly matters remains. Calmness creates space, and in that space, insight rises naturally. You begin to see solutions that were invisible before, not because you forced them, but because you stopped interfering. With your own clarity, a calm mind allows you to respond rather than react. Reaction comes from fear and habit, while response comes from awareness. When you are calm, you are not controlled by old patterns or emotional triggers. You pause, you breathe, you choose. This choice is power. It means your present moment is no longer dictated by past experiences or external pressure. With each conscious response, you strengthen your inner authority, and that authority stabilizes your focus. Calmness also strengthens concentration. When your nervous system is relaxed, your attention naturally deepens. You can stay with one task, one thought, one intention without feeling restless. This depth of attention is not forced discipline. It is a natural result of inner peace. A calm mind does not need to escape the moment. It feels safe where it is. And because it feels safe, it can fully engage, creating efficiency and effectiveness without exhaustion. In calmness, intuition becomes clearer. The mind stops shouting, and the inner voice can finally be heard. This inner guidance is always present, but it is often drowned out by mental noise. When you slow your thoughts, intuition rises gently, offering direction without urgency. You begin to trust these subtle signals, and that trust simplifies your choices. Simplicity strengthens power because energy flows best when it is not divided. A calm mind also heals the body. Stress tightens muscles, shallow breath, and drains vitality. Calmness restores balance. As your breath deepens and your body softens, your energy returns. This renewed energy supports mental strength. You are no longer fighting yourself from the inside. Instead, your body and mind work together, creating a sense of wholeness. From this harmony, confidence grows quietly and naturally. When you cultivate calmness, you stop rushing life. You realize that urgency is often an illusion created by fear. Calmness teaches you that everything unfolds in its own perfect timing. This understanding removes pressure and allows you to stay present. Presence sharpens awareness. Awareness sharpens decision-making. This is how calmness becomes power, not through force, but through clarity. A calm mind is also resilient. It does not collapse under uncertainty or change. When challenges arise, calmness allows you to stay grounded. You do not panic or catastrophize. You remain steady and resourceful. This steadiness allows you to adapt rather than resist. Adaptability is strength. It means you can move forward even when conditions are not ideal. As calmness becomes a habit, your life begins to reflect it. Relationships feel smoother. Work feels more purposeful. You are less drained and more focused. You begin to notice that you accomplish more by doing less with intention. The mind becomes like still water, clear enough to reflect truth. In that clarity, you recognize your own strength. A calm mind does not seek control. It trusts flow. And in trusting flow, it becomes powerful beyond measure. You realize that peace is not the absence of action, but the source of effective action. From calmness, your thoughts align, your focus sharpens, and your confidence deepens. This is your natural state, a mind at ease, and therefore a mind that is truly powerful. Your thoughts are always pointing you somewhere. Even when you feel stuck or uncertain, the inner conversation you repeat each day is quietly choosing the direction of your life. Thoughts are not harmless background noise. They are creative forces. They shape how you feel, how you act, and what you allow yourself to believe is possible. When you become aware of this, you realize that you are not powerless. You are participating in your own becoming with every thought you accept as true. When the mind is left unattended, it often drifts toward old fears, past disappointments, and imagined problems. These thoughts pull your energy backward or scatter it into worry. The body responds as if these thoughts are real, tightening and preparing for threat. Over time, this mental habit creates a sense of heaviness and confusion. Focus weakens because your attention is divided between the present moment and stories that no longer serve you. But the moment you notice your thinking, you regain choice. Awareness gives you back the steering wheel. Choosing your thoughts does not mean fighting them. Resistance only gives them more power. Instead, it is a gentle redirection, like guiding a child back onto a safe path. When you notice a thought rooted in fear or lack, you can acknowledge it without judgment and then choose again. Each time you do this, you strengthen a new inner pathway. With repetition, supportive thoughts begin to feel more natural, and your direction shifts without force. Thoughts shape emotion, and emotion fuels action. When you consistently think thoughts of trust, possibility, and self-belief, your emotional state softens. You feel more open, more capable, more willing to move forward. From this emotional space, your actions change. You take steps you once avoided. You speak with more clarity. You show up with more presence. The outer results begin to reflect this inner shift, not because you tried harder, but because you aligned inwardly. Your thoughts also influence how focused you feel. A mind filled with conflicting thoughts cannot move in a clear direction. But when you choose thoughts that support your intention, your energy aligns. You begin to feel guided rather than scattered. Decisions become simpler because your inner world is no longer divided. Focus deepens naturally when your thoughts are moving in the same direction as your desires. Consistency matters more than intensity. One positive thought does not change a life, but a pattern of conscious thinking does. Each day, you are laying down mental habits. You are either reinforcing old stories or creating new ones. When you repeatedly choose thoughts that affirm your worth and our ability, you build inner stability. This stability becomes a foundation you can stand on even when life feels uncertain. Your thoughts are also instructions to your subconscious. The subconscious mind listens without judgment and responds to repetition. When you continually think thoughts of confidence, calm, and trust, your subconscious begins to accept these states as normal. Your behavior shifts automatically. You start acting in ways that match your new inner direction. This is why gentle, loving thoughts are so powerful. They create change from the inside out. It is important to remember that you are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. This understanding frees you from being controlled by every passing idea. You can observe a thought, thank it, and let it go. In that space of observation, you reclaim your power. You are no longer dragged by the mind, you are guiding it. This guidance does not require perfection, only willingness. As you practice choosing your thoughts, you begin to feel a sense of inner alignment. Your mind, heart, and action start working together. Life feels less chaotic and more intentional. Even challenges feel different because you are meeting them with a supportive inner dialogue. You realize that direction is not something you wait for. It is something you create moment by moment. Your thoughts are always choosing your direction, whether consciously or unconsciously. When you choose them with awareness and kindness, your life begins to reflect clarity, focus, and purpose. You are gently guiding yourself forward, one thought at a time, toward a life that feels aligned, empowered, and true. Focus grows naturally when you begin to trust yourself. Trust is the quiet decision to believe in your inner guidance even when the outcome is not yet visible. When trust is absent, the mind hesitates, questions every step, and searches endlessly for reassurance. This constant second-guessing scatters energy and weakens concentration. But when you trust yourself, something settles within you. The mind relaxes, the heart steadies, and your attention gathers in one clear direction. Self-trust removes the need for constant external validation. When you rely on others to confirm your choices, your focus is pulled outward. You become divided between what you feel and what you think others expect. This division creates inner noise. Trusting yourself closes that gap. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions align. From that alignment, focus emerges effortlessly because your energy is no longer split. When you trust yourself, decisions become simpler. You do not need to analyze every possibility or fear making the wrong choice. You understand that even if you make a mistake, you will learn and adjust. This understanding releases pressure. A mind free from pressure is a focused mind. Instead of being stuck in overthinking, you move forward with clarity and confidence, allowing momentum to build. Trust also deepens PR. Essence. Doubt pulls you into the future, where imagined problems live, or into the past, where regrets linger. Trust brings you back to now. It anchors your attention in the present moment where your power resides. In the present, you can give your full awareness to what you're doing. This full awareness enhances both quality and effectiveness. You are no longer rushing or resisting, you are engaged. As self-trust grows, fear loses its grip. Fear thrives on uncertainty and lack of belief in oneself. When you trust your ability to handle whatever arises, fear softens. This does not mean challenges disappear. It means they no longer dominate your thoughts. Your focus stays intact even when circumstances change. This steadiness creates resilience, and resilience strengthens mental power. Trusting yourself also encourages consistency. When you believe in your direction, you are more likely to show up daily, even when motivation fades. You do not abandon yourself at the first sign of difficulty. This consistency builds inner credibility. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, trust deepens further. This cycle strengthens focus because your mind learns that your intentions matter and will be honored. Self-trust allows intuition to guide you. Intuition is subtle and cannot be heard in a mind filled with doubt. When you trust yourself, you create inner silence where intuitive guidance can emerge. This guidance feels calm and clear, not urgent or fearful. Following it brings a sense of flow. In flow, focus is effortless. You are not forcing attention, you are being carried by alignment. When you trust yourself, you stop comparing your path to others. Comparison fragments focus by pulling attention away from your own journey. Trust anchors you in your unique rhythm. You move at a pace that feels right for you. This authenticity strengthens concentration because you are no longer distracted by what others are doing or achieving. Your energy stays with your own growth. Self-trust also nurtures patience. You understand that meaningful progress unfolds over time. You stop demanding immediate results and begin honoring gradual growth. This patience reduces frustration, which often disrupts focus. A patient mind stays engaged longer. It does not quit prematurely. It remains steady and committed. As trust becomes a habit, focus transforms into confidence. You begin to feel guided rather than lost. Your actions feel intentional. Your thoughts feel supportive. Even in uncertainty, there is an underlying sense of stability. You know you can navigate whatever comes next. This knowing is powerful. Focus grows when you trust yourself, because trust removes inner conflict. With no inner battle to drain your energy, your attention becomes whole. You move forward with clarity, calm, and conviction. In trusting yourself, you reclaim your authority and allow your natural focus to rise. Releasing what drains you is an act of self-respect and a return to your natural strength. Much of your exhaustion does not come from what you are doing, but from what you are holding. Unspoken emotions, unresolved memories, lingering resentment, and constant mental noise quietly consume your energy. When these inner burdens remain unaddressed, your focus weakens and your spirit feels heavy. The moment you choose to let go, even gently, you create space for clarity and renewal. Emotional weight is often carried unconsciously. You may hold on to past disappointments, betrayals, or regrets, believing that remembering them keeps you safe. In truth, reliving the past keeps your energy trapped. Your mind repeatedly returns to moments that are already over, draining attention from the present. Releasing does not mean denying what happened. It means choosing not to carry it forward. As you allow the past to rest, your mind becomes lighter and more available to what is unfolding now. Letting go also involves releasing expectations of yourself and of others. Unrealistic expectations create constant pressure and quiet disappointment. When reality does not match your expectations, frustration arises, and frustration consumes energy. As you soften expectations, you return to acceptance. Acceptance brings peace, and peace restores focus. You begin to meet life as it is rather than resisting it, and resistance is one of the greatest drains of all. Relationships can be a powerful source of nourishment or depletion. When you stay emotionally attached to dynamics that require you to overgive, explain yourself endlessly, or suppress your truth, your energy leaks away. Releasing what drains you may mean creating emotional distance, setting boundaries, or letting certain connections evolve naturally. This is not abandonment, it is alignment. When your relationships honor your well-being, your focus strengthens because your energy is no longer being pulled into emotional survival. Mental clutter is another silent drain. Repetitive worries, self-criticism, and imagined scenarios fill the mind and exhaust it. These thoughts often run on autopilot, unnoticed yet powerful. When you gently interrupt them and choose kinder, simpler thoughts, you reclaim mental space. This space allows your mind to rest and reset. A rested mind is a focused mind. You do not need to solve every problem in your head. Trusting life to unfold reduces mental strain and restores clarity. Letting go also means releasing the need to control outcomes. Control is rooted in fear, and fear drains energy quickly. When you believe everything depends on you, your nervous system stays on high alert. Releasing control invites trust. Trust allows your body to relax and your mind to settle. From this relaxed state, your actions become more effective because they are guided by clarity rather than urgency. Forgiveness is a powerful form of release. Holding on to anger or resentment ties your energy to the very experiences you wish to move beyond. Forgiveness does not excuse harmful behavior. It frees you from carrying its weight. As you forgive, your heart softens and your mind clears. You no longer relive the pain. Instead, you reclaim your power and redirect it toward growth and peace. Releasing what drains you also includes letting go of outdated identities and beliefs. You may still see yourself through old stories of limitation or struggle. These stories drain energy by keeping you aligned with a past version of yourself. As you release them, you make room for a new self-concept, one rooted in strength, wisdom, and self-compassion. This shift brings renewed focus because your energy aligns with who you are becoming, not who you once were. As you continue to release, you will notice a subtle but profound change. Your body feels lighter. Your mind feels quieter. Your attention stays present longer. Focus no longer feels like effort, it feels natural. You begin to move through life with greater ease because you are no longer carrying unnecessary weight. Releasing what drains you is not a one-time act. It is a gentle, ongoing practice. Each time you choose peace over tension, trust over fear, and compassion over control, you free more of your energy. That freed energy becomes clarity, strength, and focus. And in that focused state, you reconnect with your natural power and sense of inner freedom. Consistency is the quiet force that turns intention into reality. It is not dramatic, loud, or demanding, yet it is incredibly powerful. Momentum is not created through sudden bursts of effort followed by long pauses. It is born from gentle, repeated actions taken with care and presence. When you choose consistency, you choose to trust the process of growth rather than chase immediate results. This trust allows your energy to move forward steadily instead of starting and stopping. Many people wait to feel motivated before they act, but motivation is often the result of action, not the cause. Consistency teaches you to show up even when enthusiasm is low or progress feels invisible. Each small step sends a message to your inner world that you are reliable. Over time, this reliability builds self-confidence. When you trust yourself to keep going, your mind relaxes and focus deepens naturally. Consistency removes overwhelm by simplifying progress. You stop asking how far you have to go and focus only on what you can do today. This keeps your energy grounded in the present moment. A present mind is a focused mind. When your attention stays with one manageable action at a time, resistance fades. You are no longer fighting the journey, you are participating in it. Repetition creates familiarity, and familiarity creates ease. At first, new habits may feel uncomfortable or require conscious effort, but with repetition, the mind and body adapt. What once felt difficult becomes natural. This is how consistency transforms effort into flow. As flow increases, momentum builds. You begin to move forward with less strain and more confidence. Consistency also retrains the subconscious mind. The subconscious responds to patterns, not promises. When you repeat an action or thought daily, your subconscious accepts it as normal. This acceptance changes behavior automatically. You no longer need to force discipline. It arises from within. This inner cooperation strengthens focus because there is no internal resistance pulling you off course. Small actions done consistently carry more power than large actions done occasionally. When you honor small steps, you remove pressure and perfectionism. Perfectionism often leads to procrastination, which breaks momentum. Consistency, on the other hand, encourages compassion. You allow yourself to progress at a natural pace. This kindness keeps you engaged and prevents burnout. Consistency builds emotional stability. When you know you will show up for yourself, even imperfectly, you feel safer within. This emotional safety supports concentration. You are not constantly questioning yourself or fearing failure. You are grounded in trust. From this grounded state, your energy flows in one direction instead of scattering. As momentum builds, confidence grows quietly. You begin to see evidence of your progress, even if it is subtle. This evidence reinforces your belief in yourself. Belief strengthens commitment, and commitment deepens focus. The cycle continues, creating a powerful upward movement. What once required effort now feels like natural expression. Consistency also teaches patience. It reminds you that meaningful change unfolds over time. You stop rushing and start appreciating steady growth. This patience reduces frustration, which often disrupts focus. A patient mind remains engaged longer. It understands that progress does not need to be dramatic to be real. When consistency becomes a way of being, life feels more aligned. You are no longer reacting to circumstances or moods. You are responding with intention. Your actions reflect your values, not your impulses. This alignment creates clarity, and clarity fuels momentum. Over time, you may notice that you are no longer pushing yourself forward. You are being carried by the rhythm you have created. Focus feels effortless because it is supported by habit. Momentum feels natural because it is built on trust. Consistency has become your foundation, and from that foundation, you move steadily, confidently, and with ease toward what truly matters to you.